Hello, good afternoon. My name is Bill Tripp, and I'm one of the elders here at Center Hill, and I'm honored to be able to participate in this ministry we call the Daily Bread. One of the things that I wanted to talk about today was how we handle difficult situations. I'm really amazed sometimes when I read in the New Testament and the Old Testament about people who handled themselves in difficult times and how they were able to remain focused and to keep their priority no matter what was going around them. In my mind, I think maybe of Paul and Silas when they prayed and sang in prison, or Elijah and some of the things that he went through, or even Jesus as he operated his ministry in very challenging times. I've struggled with keeping focus in my life when I've been going through particular challenges, and maybe I've got some advice that might encourage you as we work through our challenging times. If you are like me, and you take in a constant diet of the media and news that we have in these particular days, it can make you go to a dark place, a place where there's anxiety, where you're overwhelmed, or maybe you're worried about things. And if you're like me and that's something that you've experienced, I'd like to give you a little bit of an exercise to do to be able to help you and maybe refocusing yourself on the things that are truly important. The exercise that I have done in the past, because I have struggled with these things, basically involves taking a little time. This exercise will take 5 to 10 minutes. When you're feeling particularly dark or anxious or troubled, take 5 to 10 minutes by yourself. If you can find a place outside, or maybe in the basement or your bedroom. If you have children, maybe you can get your spouse to watch the children for a few minutes. But find a place where you can concentrate and think. If you would do that, I want you to go out and I want you to try to clear your mind and relax for just a minute. And I want you to think and starting to take inventory of those things that are blessings to you. I want you to start with the big things. The things such as your spiritual gifts that you've gotten through Jesus, or your spiritual friends and the friends that you have at church, or maybe family that you have around, or even your particular health. If you'll take inventory of all those blessings that God's given you. And then I want you to work your way down through the blessings that you have until you get to the very small ones. Maybe it's the birds singing outside, or the companionship of a pet, or maybe it's just outside watching the flowers and your plants grow. Once you've gotten through those lists of blessings, that should foster within you a feeling of thankfulness or gratefulness. And when you have that feeling of gratefulness in your heart, I want you to stop right there. I want you to pause for a moment, and I want you to thank God and pray for how He has so kindly taken care of you and how He has blessed you in your life. If you'll do that at least as many times as you hear negative news, I can't help but to think that that will help us through these hard times, no matter if it's now or if it's later, but it will also help us to get through the struggles that are put before us. My mind kind of goes back to Joshua as he stands on the River Jordan, and he has 2 million people at his back, and he has that great big mountain range to his front, and he has to lead those people, and he's responsible for those people in that land that God said is the promised land. And what does God say to him at that time? I'm reading from verse 6 of Joshua chapter 1. Be strong and courageous, because you will lead these people to inherit the land that I swore to your forefathers to give them. Be strong and be very courageous. May God bless us all in the time that we work to keep our focus on Him and to love each other and to care for each other. Thank you.